the first day of the winter term. Is it winter term? Yeah, winter term, going back to college. I had a great break. Could have been longer, but at the same time, you don't want it too long, otherwise you go back and you're like, how do I write? How do I think? So I'm gonna take you along with my first week back. I'm very excited. We're doing makeup looks. I might show you some of my clothes that I'm gonna wear, how I'm gonna do my hair. I am running a little bit behind already. I forgot what it's like to wake up so tired. Sleep is not something that comes easily to me. My brain just loves to run at 5,000 miles an hour. I am going in with the Beauty of Joseon Sun Cream SPF 50. I went to Japan over Christmas, an absolutely amazing trip. Next week I'm gonna have a video out, so subscribe if you're not, I'd really appreciate it. It helps me get my channel out so more people can see it. But I'm gonna be doing a video of all the beauty products and non-beauty products I bought in Japan, what was worth it and what maybe I didn't need, what I should have stocked up on. Listen, my skin was 5,000 times better in Japan. And then I came home and I guess our climate is more dry. I don't know, but my skin is just flaking. It is so unhappy, which is just great when you have to go be in a room full of students. Oh my God. This one, as you can see, super glowy. So it's gonna be really good for my crepey skin right now. And I do have a few Japan products on this one. So a little sneak peek for you. What blush do I want today? I wanted to do. Then I'm gonna go in with my Milk Hydro Grip. I barely wore this when I was away because my skin just kind of cleared up, but I need a little coverage now. This is also like incredibly glowy, so I'll have to bring some powder with me because I hate middle of the day and then I'm just looking like an oil slick. That's the only problem with this Milk Hydro Grip right now. The skincare I use to help with my acne, it's not gelling with this formula anymore. I don't know, I guess you'll see my makeup by the end of the day, which is kind of why I wanted to start doing these makeup videos or more makeup vlogs, is so you could see my makeup throughout the day. Last semester, I was just really busy and I got overwhelmed. So I didn't post videos for a long time, but I'm going to try to have a more balanced approach and yeah, hopefully just learn a little bit about myself so I'm not just so stressed about schoolwork, you know? How is the holiday season for you? What do you celebrate? Leave that down in the comments for me. I love hearing your input. It makes it feel like a community. I just get excited. This is the MAC Pro Brow Definer. Look at this. Look how teeny tiny that is. This is one of the products I got on Boxing Week sale. Yeah, whole Boxing Week now. Because I wanted a little bit more for my brows. I like when they're filled in a little more, when they're a little more defined, especially in the tail here. But I just use it really lightly. It stays all day, and during Boxing Week it was 30% off. MAC has great sales, so you could probably wait until, they probably won't have another sale till February. But I highly recommend this. And then just brush it through. What I like about the formula is it's not too dry where it's kind of hard to get in your eyebrow and then you press a little too much and then you got some block eyebrows going on. It's very, very user-friendly, but it stays all day. So I am taking 3 courses this semester. That's right now kind of all I can handle. I don't understand how people do 5. I would have a breakdown. I had a breakdown with 3 courses. So I'm taking a psychology course, a sociology course, and then an indigenous literature course, which I'm so excited. I don't really know what to expect for psychology and sociology. I'm trying to just, keep going, Catherine, you can't be late today. I'm trying to just take a bunch of courses to see what I like rather than just jumping in and going full tilt into one program, which was kind of my the plan at the beginning, but I'm glad I'm not doing that. And then I just like to use the spoolie on the end and brush it through the front here a little bit. And then I'm gonna go in with Anastasia Beverly Hills. This was a repurchase over Christmas. I used it all up in Japan, and this is just my favorite. So I keep using this. And what about yourself? Have you been to college or university, trade school? When I left high school, I did not want to go back to any type of schooling, really. And then I have pretty much spent the most amount of time in post-secondary education. I went to trade school, and that was over like a 4-year period, and now I'm going back to college for more of an academic route. I don't really know where it's gonna go, but I just didn't see a future for myself anywhere else, and so I just wanted to learn and experience more, find out what else is out there, because the avenues that I had been pursuing didn't work out for me, and I needed to find something different. And then we have the taut. I'm gonna go in. Oh yeah, my skin's so weird. Oh, I decided to wipe around my mouth so I don't have like snake skin. It's a little red because I just wiped it off, but I don't want to have dry, crazy looking skin. Ugh, it's so annoying. Okay, first Japan product, Can Make Tokyo. This is the Creamy Touch Liner 03. It's a beautiful brown shade. I also bought black for when I'm done with this. One, the creamiest eyeliner, and then you can smoke it out. But if you don't, it will stay. So I would say this probably lasts around 6 or 7 hours. It's not super long lasting. It's not the most long lasting. The trade-off is it's easy to work with. And it's such a thin tip that I'm finding it so easy to use with like my eye shape. Here, I'll do this one first because I use MAC. I have one from MAC and it's nice, but it's not very creamy because it's long lasting, right? Just something little. I just want a little oomph. And this is drugstore. I don't quite remember the price of the Can Make Tokyo eyeliner. It's not expensive, and drugstore makeup here is outrageous. And then you are sometimes getting a subpar formula. Of course, I'm sure there's lots of makeup products by like Japanese drugstore brands that maybe are similar to North America, you know, not as great. But I think there's a reason why you see everyone posting online about these Japanese and Korean makeup products. It's because they're a good price and great formulas, great packaging. I think my mic died. Do you have any drugstore makeup recommendations for me? I'd love to hear it. Okay, my mic died. I'm so sorry. So I'm just gonna go through the rest of this quickly because you won't get as great sound quality. But I'm gonna go in with MAC Blush Please. A light layer. Okay, and another Can Make Tokyo product. This is the Powder Cheeks. There is a beautiful shine to it. This is in the shade P01. I bought it because someone talked about it on the internet and I was like, hell yeah. And I will do a longer video about all these products. We are just kind of getting through this. I'm gonna curl my eyelashes and then I'll talk about mascara. I'm pretty sure, yeah, Heroin Make Long and Curl Mascara Advanced Film. The way this keeps a curl in your lash is absolutely insane. Like, look at that. This is a product I wish I bought a bunch of. Little highlighter, my favorite brand, Can Make Tokyo. This is a putty highlighter. It is stunning. It has actually made me like highlighter again. I haven't worn highlighter in a year. It's kind of like bronzer. It's just something that isn't in my routine anymore, but this is absolutely stunning. And I bought another highlighter that's just as gorgeous. Can't wait to talk to you about it. All right, I'm gonna finish my coffee. I'm gonna walk to school. We will chat later. If not today, another day. Bye. So we're at the end of the day almost, and I wanted to show how my makeup was wearing for the rest of the day. Blah, blah, blah. I'm tired, holy man. I wanted to show how my makeup was looking for the rest of the day. And I wanted to do a quick check-in so you can see my makeup. Now I'm doing this in front of a window, so hopefully you can see what my skin actually looks like. I usually use some sort of external lighting just because it's quite dark where I live. Like, we don't get a lot of natural lighting. Now, I did take off the makeup on my chin. And it's still like peely. And even I noticed up here, it's just, my makeup is not sitting like it usually does. And I think it has to do with the amount of moisture that's in the air here. Because when I was in Japan, no flaking whatsoever. Like, I've had huge flaking at the corners of my mouth, and then it's kind of like, it continues down my chin. It's a little bit up here. Never had that in Japan. And it's like full force, angry, scaly, snaky skin. Don't want that. And in 2026, almost just said 2025, I really want to not like ignore things. I really don't want to ignore things. I want to, if something needs to be addressed, I need to look into it and get it addressed. And so, for example, my skin. Now, I almost bought the Rhode glazing toner. I don't know. I don't know if that would work. And I just thought, you know, drugstore has been very good to me recently. And so I thought I would try the Cicaplate from Aven. It's almost like the Viral La Poche Rosé, however you pronounce that. Their B5 balm. I used to love using that as a mask even. It's a really beautiful product, but I have had such skin issues, and at the time I was using that. So I don't know if it was just my skin or that product, because I believe shea butter is like the 4th ingredient, where I don't believe there's shea butter in this. So I'm going to be using this for the next couple days, and I will let you know if the snake shed stops on my face. Because, like, not only it makes my makeup not look good, which I don't like, because I like putting my effort into my makeup and then it looking all right, you know? But it's dry and uncomfortable. So it goes beyond just like, oh, it doesn't look good, I don't look good sort of thing. It's like, no, this is uncomfortable, especially the corners of my mouth. It feels stingy, and it's not worth it. I think I just need a balm product to be using at night, and hopefully it will be better. Hopefully this doesn't make me break out. We will see. I will have an update probably by the end of the week. It is a new day, and I wanted to show my routine when I get home from school. And I've had like a busy day and how I decompress from that. Now, we're starting in the kitchen, because this is the area in the house that needs constant work every day, and it drives me kind of crazy. But I think 2026 resolution going to be unloading the dishwasher right in the morning, like as I'm making my coffee, and loading other dishes in, because then I get home from school and then I got to do this, and then I got to do readings and work on projects or essays or whatever the task is, work on YouTube videos. And so adding in dishwasher, even though it only takes like 20 minutes, is like an extra 20 minutes that I don't really want to put effort towards this task, you know? So when I get home, what I do is I usually have lunch, because that's when I get home around how many times can I say when I get home? I have lunch first. And another thing that I do is I draw the shade like halfway down, because we live on a busy street and sometimes it can be just nice to not see the world. And I have my lunch and I watch some TV, and I try to just watch one episode or until I'm done my lunch. 2026, I'm really going to try to stop watching so much TV. It's usually scrolling isn't as bad for me. Like, I won't sit in bed and scroll rather than what I'm supposed to do. It's usually TV, and then the TV will be coupled with scrolling. So I'm trying to be a lot more careful with how much TV I watch, turn it off, and then I can turn on a podcast and do other things, you know? So I like to create like a cozy atmosphere when I get home. So after hours of being around people and learning and wanting to retreat a bit, wanting to be a little hermit, this is what I do. I make some tea, sometimes coffee if I'm really tired, but so I'm just going to clean up the kitchen, have my tea, and I hope this inspires you to maybe at this moment grab yourself something, because everything's really busy and just crazy. Why do the beginnings of the years always start out with just like bang, everything is happening? All right. Hello, happy Friday. It is the first work week Friday of 2026. Oh, we made it. Well, the first conventional Friday. I understand some people work until Monday or, you work weekends, but I noticed I didn't have an ending really for my vlog. So here we are. And I kind of wanted to talk about the year of 2026, because I don't know about you, but it's been a really interesting kind of end of 2025, the beginning of 2026. And I love a new year. I love resolutions. I love planning how I want my year to look. And so far for 2026, I just have no idea. 2026 feels like an enigma, and I do not know what to do with it. So I'm taking some time to get a feel of this year, because 2025 was quite monumental for me. I did a lot of things, a lot of firsts. I went back to college. I started with one class at the beginning of the year. I did one class in the summer and then full-time for the fall. So not only was it new at the beginning of the year, but also in the middle, kind of near the end with the fall, which was, the difference of taking one course versus full-time is crazy. And, full-time's 3 classes to 5 classes. I don't know how people take 5. You are crazy, but also good for you. Congratulations. And I got married. I ran a marathon. I went to Japan. There were so many new things this year that really upped my confidence. And so it's kind of like, well, what do I do now? What's next? I think a lot of it is going to be building on what I started in 2025, because 2025, I think, was just building the groundwork for goals and plans. Being able to travel outside of the country was just so exciting and so good for the soul. I feel like I am having major Japan blues right now. But we persist. I have not ran since my marathon. I would like to go for a run again. I've just been really busy, so there hasn't really been the time. And I don't know, when you run for 5 hours, you're just kind of like, I think I need a break for 5 months. I'd be really interested to hear if you have any I don't know why I keep saying revolutions. I'd be really interested to hear if you have any resolutions for 2026 and what they might be. How does the year feel for you? Are you excited? Are you indifferent? Something I want to do for 2026 is what I did today, which is I'm usually busy during the week and then I also have busy weekends. But Friday can almost be this in between day where I work on Friday. So it's not like I'm getting the day off. Sometimes it can almost just be a day where I don't do anything after work. I don't do as much schoolwork. And so I really want to implement, and I say this with quotations, but some self-care practices that I think in 2025 I tried to stop doing because it costs money. And I was like, no, you don't need to do that. It's wasteful, blah, blah, blah. But I need markers in the week or month to slow down and kind of realize where I am, because I am very good at just putting my head in the sand and, running forward and not really stopping and looking around. And that can make quite a anxious feeling sometimes within me. And it's hard not to just always be trying to tick off that list. So on Fridays after work, I want to take a bath. And I know that might seem a little silly or whatever. Like, well, yeah, like, aren't you going to clean yourself? I usually do showers because they're easy. And especially with baths, I want to have bubbles or bath bomb because I love how usually if you do the bubble bars from Lush, they have really softening ingredients in them. It smells really good. So that helps with relaxation. Smell is, I think, it's one of my favorites. I love perfume. I love, like I said, bath bombs, really good shower gels, because it makes a routine thing more luxurious and involves your sensory receptors more, I think, because you're not just like, okay, gotta get this on. You're like, ooh, that smells nice. So I took a bubble bath today and I watched some shows. I watched Tati on YouTube talking about drugstore makeup. So excited. Japan totally changed my outlook on drugstore makeup, and I'm really excited to explore it more here in North America. And I lit a candle, I turned the light off, and yeah, I watched my shows. Made some coffee. It's not that late right now. I think it's only 1:30. And I did a face mask. So I love hair masks. I love face masks. In 2025, I was like, you don't need it. It's not necessary. But I think 2025, I'm going to be like, oh no. 2025, I said they're not needed. 2026, I think they're going to be needed. And they don't have to be super expensive ones. I'll definitely look to see what different price points there are. If you have any drugstore face masks or just like under eye masks, I love for you to tell me about them in the comments. Please do so. It's been fun to get a little more invested in how to make better videos and content. I hope you've seen a bit of a uptick in quality from me. Hopefully that's just going to grow. I hope the new year is treating you really well. I will see you in the next one.